What's up, meatbags? This is the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD. And I think it's time we had a little conversation about one angry gamer and its potential future. Now, before we get into it, want to let y'all know that I did get a new mic, so let me know if the audio is good, if everything's working out. Leave me a little comment, let me know how it goes. I don't actually watch my own videos, so I have no idea what the audio quality sounds like. It's probably crap, but you guys, you'll let me know. But back on topic. Recently, one angry gamer stopped all articles just out of nowhere. Billy D dropped off the face of the earth. No one has any idea where he's hiding, what he's up to. Lots of crazy conspiracy theories. People talking about Billy got kidnapped by the global, you know, globalist, and they forcibly extracted oneangrygamer.com from his hands. None of that is probably true. Truth is, Billy probably got tired of doing all this. When you're angry, when you're yelling, when you're screaming at the top of your lungs all day, every day, it gets tiresome. It weighs on your soul. And Billy probably just wanted to hang up his boots, ride off into the sunset, and live the good life. So more power to him. Me and Billy, we've had our problems over the year. I've railed against a lot of the things he wrote, pointed out a lot of the times that he just failed to do his due diligence. He failed to get his facts straight, or he was just plain being rage baity for the sake of being rage baity. But Billy sold the site. It's now in the hands of a group of investors who think that they can turn things around. They can make One Angry Gamer into something better, something that Billy dreamed of it being but never quite achieved. Now, if you don't know, I did work for Billy D for about a month and a half. Must have wrote about 45 different articles for the site. Billy wasn't paying me that well. In fact, it was might as well not have been getting paid at all. That's how cheap I was getting paid. But you do what you do. But I quit the site because Billy went fucking nuts. He decided to become really offended that someone was upset that Star Citizen wasn't finished, and of course Billy had to come in his Billy way and drop a whole lot of N words and racial epithets and slurs and just really unload on this guy. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back, because prior to that I didn't even visit the site. I don't read video game stuff. I don't watch video game stuff. I know that sounds weird being someone who writes about video game stuff, but personally, I don't like my opinions to be influenced by other people's opinions. When you hear from me, you're hearing what I think. I'm not parroting what other people think. I'm not subconsciously taking in what they say and then regurgitating it out for you. No, everything you hear from me is 100% from me. So, like I said, I didn't go to the site, but Billy's little tirade, it was all over the place. Everybody was talking about it. So, of course, it got to my attention, and I quit the site. And like I said, after that, there was a contentious relationship between myself and Billy and his fans because, the second that I quit working there, I was called all kind of names, all kind of insults were thrown my way. Rumors were flying that Billy fired me and he took me behind the woodshed and gave me a spanking or whatever. None of that was true. None of what they said about me was true, but whatever. Them people, they got to hold on to whatever little hope they got. Their little crusade against the SJWs. But now we got this new owner. We got these new people. And I'm going to be straight with you guys. I talked to them. They even offered me a job. So if you think that Billy D still works at One Angry Gamer, that he's behind the scenes, that this whole charade is just Billy's way of rebranding without admitting that it's him, I can tell you 100% it's not. If Billy D was still at One Angry Gamer in any capacity, they would not be offering me a job. I'd put any amount of money on that. That's how much the animosity between myself and Billy is. There's no way Billy would allow them to offer me any type of position. But not everything is smooth sailing for this new One Angry Gamer regime. You see, they decided to make a little post to let the community know what was going on. They used a little word called hate speech. They said they would no longer be tolerating hate speech on the site. And of course, that didn't make the community happy. Them gentlemen, they were very, very upset, threatening to make their own One Angry Gamer with blackjack and hookers. But Carol and her investors, they decided to hold a little AMA on Kotaku and Action 2.win. They kind of explained that, they're European. Their idea of hate speech isn't the same as Americans' idea of hate speech, and they weren't really familiar with the culture, the gaming culture. So I kind of apologized, said, that comment section would just be following whatever Google's guidelines are. They're trying to make money off the site. Obviously, they want to get some AdSense. They want to get other things going. They want to get back on Google's good side so they can get listed and get off that blacklist that Billy D got himself put on. So they're not going to be tolerating things like pornography and racial slurs, and whether it's directed at black people, white people, brown people, purple people, whatever. They said none of it at all. And some of the regulars, they still weren't happy. They want to be able to say whatever they want. They want to be able to post pornography pictures on articles that have nothing to do with the things they're posting, because that's just the way these people are. So they're going to have a tough road ahead of them. They're going to have, they already got the mainstream media, the mainstream gaming press, the SJWs. They already don't like them. They got people like me who should be on their side, but Billy D really turned us off. They turned us away from One Angry Gamer, so they got people like us looking at them, not sure if they want to get in, if they want to give them another chance. The community that was fostered by Billy D, that's probably never coming back. They're not going to be able to do the things that they did before. And even with a guy like Kevin, who's still working with One Angry Gamer, from Billy's regime to the new regime, even with him saying that it's going to be all good, I don't think the community's coming back. And personally, I don't think that Kevin should be even working at the new site. He is, in my opinion, Billy D light. He's expressed some opinions that are really not things that I would want to associate myself with. But where does that leave us? Should One Angry Gamer be given a second chance? It's under new management. It's cleaning up its act. It's going to try to keep the edge without getting cut by it. They're not going to throw around the N-word willy-nilly. They're not going to post up UN stats on AIDS infections whenever there's an article talking about LGBTQ representation in the media. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to be telling us how gross and disgusting certain activities are in great detail, the way Billy D described that Castlevania sex scene, which, I mean, Billy, if you're listening to this, you probably have a future as a gay erotic writer, I'm just saying. Now, me personally, like I said, I was offered a position with One Angry Gamer. I'm still working out the details to see what exactly they're offering me. And I'll be honest, I am considering it, because these people, they do have money. And money is the thing that's going to make a website like this, a website alternative to Kotaku, alternative to Polygon work. See, without money, none of that other stuff matters. You could be the most passionate, you could be the most uh, heartfelt writer out there, but if you ain't got the money to get the ads, if you ain't got the money to get the access, you're never going to go nowhere. No one's going to hear about you. You're always going to be late. You're always going to be trailing behind the mainstream gaming press. Always going to be trying to make up ground, and you're not going to win. I mean, the game is rigged against anyone trying to do a gaming website that isn't already super rich or super well connected. But these guys, they seem to have some money. And I think if they get good help, if we come together and say, you know what, this isn't Billy D anymore. This is a new site, just with an old name. Maybe they'll change the logo. Maybe they'll change the layout, you know, make it look a little different, kind of differentiate themselves from Billy D's legacy. I think they can become that site that we've always wanted, that place where we can go and not have to worry about being talked down to by the gaming press, not having to worry about, you know, being demonized for actually liking video games, to be told things straight, not to have that corporate spin, not to have that PR spin put on it. And I think they'll be able to be big enough where they'll actually make a difference, they'll make an impact. I mean, I run my own website, Geek Getaway, but that thing is a tiny, tiny little island out in the middle of nowhere that very few people hear about. I mean, if I'm not talking about it, if my staff isn't talking about it, you guys probably never even hear about it. I mean, and this is even after my site has been used by people like Hiro High, Hiro He, whatever the hell his name is, you know, Bounding into Comics, Vara Dark, you know, these people have talked about the site. You would think that would give me some kind of bump, but it doesn't, because just like every other little site, I'm still always, you know, trailing behind. I just can't get those press releases out quick enough. I just can't get enough staff together to get, you know, everything covered. You know, I don't have the resources of a big site. But these new guys, these guys running One Angry Gamer, they might have those resources. They might have that ability to challenge that mainstream gaming press. And I think we should give them a chance. I really do. I think that whether or not I take the job with them, whether or not, you know, I agree with the way they go, I do think they deserve a chance. Because, like I said, this isn't a Billy D operation. This is someone new who took the name, who knew the name had some kind of recognition, some kind of connection to the gaming community. So I think in March, when the site relaunches, I think that we should go ahead, give it a look. Now, don't give it a free pass. Don't say, you know, whatever they do is great. Still, you know, investigate what their claims are, check all their facts. But I do think that we should at least give them a chance. Don't point and laugh. Don't try to connect the old Billy shit to this new stuff. Just treat them like a new entity. Treat them like the new kid on the block. If they got some good articles, if they do some good reviews, I do think you should be sharing it. I do think you should try to make this venture work. I think we as gamers need something like this. And you know, maybe Billy's legacy, the One Angry Gamer legacy, it might actually be something good at the end of the day, at the end of the journey. You know, Billy D's selling it. Maybe that's going to be the thing that actually helps One Angry Gamer become something that it was supposed to become from the beginning. But really, that's all I got to say about that. You know. Now, I normally have a nice little outro on these videos, but we're going to skip that this time. And I'm just going to leave you with a little thought from Shakespeare, from Julius Caesar. you all did love Billy D once. So, what's keeping you guys from mourning him? What's keeping you guys from talking about the good things that Billy D did before he went crazy? Because he's gone. He's not coming back. So there's no point in laughing at him now. There's no point in kicking a man when he's down. So maybe we should just, bow our heads, thank Billy D for the little bit of good that he did, and just hope that this new site, this new version of OAG, that it might actually work out. Because the alternative is just Polygon, Kotaku, IGN running the show like they've been doing. And I'm sick and tired of that.